You're listening to the Because I Said So podcast.
All right. It's really loud. I gotta turn that down. It's very loud. Maybe if I just talk like this. Welcome to the Because I Said So podcast.
Even louder.
It's a father and son's podcast.
That was even louder. That's
not louder. In fact, my levels are perfect right now. You don't know anything, son. That's why you're here. Welcome to Because I Said So. This is episode 12. 12. 12 is a magical number. Actually, it's not. I don't have a math lesson for you with 12. 12 is the number of disciples Jesus had.
20 times 9.
20 times 9 is 180. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 0 is 9. So 999. Don't make me go back and play that song. I still have it.
10 times 9.
No, all right. You know what? I didn't even get to go through my intro because you interrupted
That means
me.
it's 90 and 9 plus 0 is 9. That's obvious.
Listen. Welcome to the Because I Said So podcast, a father and son's podcast. I am Jeremy. With me, as always, are my two boys. The oldest of my boys, who just celebrated a birthday, Josiah. How old are you now?
26.
No, you're not.
Yeah, he's 26.
And then with me also is my 8-year-old boy, who has not had a birthday in a while. But he'll have another one, maybe, if he survives.
And then he expects to get the Nintendo Switch.
His name is Jonas.
I'm expecting to get the Nintendo Switch for my birthday.
Well, as the great poet Mick Jagger once said, you can't always get what you want. So, anyway, Nintendo Switch. All right, first of all, I have no plan for this show. It could go 10 minutes. It could go 25 minutes. I have no plan at all. In fact,
we could do.
This week has been crazy. In fact, the last 36 hours have been crazy.
Our water heater.
Our hot water heater.
Just blew up.
It didn't explode. That implies that there was some sort of destruction. The only destruction was the hot water heater in the house.
And everything that was on the floor in the basement.
Pretty much got destroyed. Thankfully, our basement is old. We live in a very old house.
It's 100 years old, and the water heater just got replaced.
The water heater,
less than 2 hours ago.
The water heater was 22 years old.
Mom said it was 100 years old.
The house is over 100 years old. The water heater is only 22 years old.
Wow, that water those
but
ancient water heaters that they used in the 1800s, you know?
A water heater's expectancy, and this is something you need to know for as you get older when you decide to buy a house, is about 10 to 12 years. So our water heater was 22 years old. We've lived in the house for 12 years, so ostensibly we could have had to replace it 10 years ago, but it outlasted the life expectancy. So it owed us nothing, but we had to go through the process of getting the money for it and then paying for it today. So we are a lot poorer today than we were yesterday, ironically. So it's been hectic. I have to actually go into my basement tomorrow, and we're going to have the shop vac and clean up all that water and all this other stuff. Plus, it's been raining. I think the last 3 days it's rained constantly.
Tomorrow it's going to be raining, so...
If it rains tomorrow, it's going to be like 3 or 4 days that has been nonstop rain. But that's okay. We're making up for all the no rain this summer. We had almost no rain this summer, but now we've had rain all week.
Wait, are those Cheez-Its? Where'd you get the Cheez-Its?
Those are my Cheez-Its. See, all right, here's the topic for today's podcast. We were going to talk about the Nintendo Switch, but
no, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch.
We're going to talk about the fact that as a father of 4, when I buy food,
you cannot have your own Cheez-Its.
My children are like locusts.
Not me,
And
Jonas,
they come
Josie,
in-
and Juliana just eat everything.
You're a 15-year-old boy.
I
You eat
only
like you
eat
have
at
empty.
meals.
Eat like you have hollow legs. That is not. You are wrong. Absolutely wrong. You eat
I only
as
eat at the meals.
boxes of
sometimes.
cereal disappear down your gullet in a day. I don't want to hear it. Bags of chips, anything we have in our house. You guys are like locusts. You come in like, and then I hear this sucking sound, and I'm like, oh, there it goes. That was the bag of chips we bought yesterday. That's our life. Our life is our food gets eaten. So yes, I have a stash of my own Cheez-Its in my office area that are mine, and I have them each counted one by one. If there is one missing from there, and I find out about it, I will murder you both.
I call bluff.
Just know that you may be 15, but I can still hurt you.
I want
Anyway,
1 and 1.
You're not going to have any of them. You're not having any of my Cheez-Its. You're not gonna that's the title of this. That's the title of this episode. Will be "Don't Touch Dad's Cheez-Its."
Don't touch them.
Don't
Don't
touch
touch
Dad's
Dad's.
Cheez-Its.
Don't touch Dad's
Don't touch
Cheez-Its.
Dad's Cheez-Its. Are you picking on the way I talk?
He said don't touch.
Who makes more money than you? I do. 'Cause
Me.
You make no money.
I do.
I pay for your stuff, so I will talk how I want. Anyway,
I
we don't
make
even
more
make any
money
money
than you
off
on
of this.
one
We
day.
don't even make money off this podcast. We need to get a couple of sponsors. I need to get a pop filter. I do have a new sponsor. Hold on, right now. You're going to listen to this ad, and then we'll be right back. All right, yes, that's a great sponsor that we have.
Just
The
kidding.
sponsor is me. I'm the sponsor. They
No,
don't know
you're
about
not.
the sponsor.
I am.
They don't know about our new
I'm
show.
the owner of the podcast.
My new show that second episode comes out this Friday. I'm very excited about it. It's a good show. People have liked it a lot. They don't like it as much as this show yet, but that's because there's only 2 episodes and there's 12 of this one. So
This is how many episodes of the Chadtronic one that I've listened
I
to?
don't care about Chadtronic.
Only 2.
Anybody who names himself Chadtronic, I have no respect
His
for.
name is
His
really
name is Chad.
Then he could call himself Chad.
Calls himself Chadtronic.
Because he
Because
has
Is he a
one
robot?
Chadtronic.
Chad
Is he a
probably,
robot?
Probably.
Is he a robot?
No.
Do you have proof that he's a robot?
Yes.
He's not a robot.
I can show you.
He's a sentient robot with his own
He actually has
podcast,
a
our own
lobster robot
podcast.
friend.
He has a lobster
He was in
robot.
He was in his 100th video.
That's impossible. A lobster robot is impossible because it would
Big
be
lobster humanoid robot.
a lobster robot would be delicious with a little bit of butter, steamed or boiled. You can get them in Maine and New England really cheap. Lobster robots. It's for real. So Josiah celebrated his birthday recently, and he was very excited about the announcement that came out yesterday about, what was it, the Nintendo
Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo NX, but Nintendo Switch is what they're calling it.
Why didn't they call it the NX?
Because the NX was just its working title.
It's a better title than Switch.
Yeah, this.
Switch. Nintendo Switch. I have Switches all over the house. You know what they used to call the Switch? What a Switch was when I was a
The
kid?
handy Switch.
Know what a Switch was when I was younger? My
It's
grandfather...
a perfect night light.
When someone in my family was not behaving, my grandfather would tell people to go out to the back and cut a switch. You know what a switch is? Don't know what a switch is? A switch was a tree branch that we cut, and it had to be green, and it would have to, and you'd whip it, and you get hit with it. Yeah, whipped with a switch. Yeah. So, and it was always we'd have to go get a Switch for the sibling that was misbehaving, so we get the best one. But then, wouldn't you know, within 2 days, you'd be getting Switch hit. What, that Switch that you picked? That was life. That was life growing up in the 80s with a grandfather who was
And we did not go
old
to
school.
Comic-Con, which was really sad.
Well, no, we didn't go to Comic-Con. We're not going to talk about Comic-Con. Why are we going to... What do you want to bring us down, man? We're trying to be up here. We're trying to be positive.
Switch.
Why are you going to switch topics from the Switch?
I'm going to switch topics with Josiah.
No,
Alright.
stop.
All right.
So, anyway, the Nintendo Switch, what's the deal?
It's exactly what the name implies, and whatever.
Speak up.
Every rumor has said that it's going to be a handheld home console hybrid, and that's exactly what it was. And, like, the controllers slide off. Like, you have a controller, and then there's, like, 2 sides that slide off, and then it goes onto a tablet. And apparently they have, like, every mainstream developer except, like, Rockstar and stuff like that. They showed Skyrim in the trailer. They were playing Skyrim on it. And the new Zelda game and a new Mario game that they never announced in Mario Kart 8.
There's a new Zelda game. You know, at some point, Zelda and Princess... who is it? Princess Mushroom?
Link
No.
and Princess Zelda.
No, Zelda and the Princess from Mario.
Okay, Peach.
Princess Peach and Zelda got to get together and realize and figure out why their lives are so screwed up that they have to be saved every couple of years by a new game. It's kind of lame. I mean, how many Zelda games are there?
It's Mario.
How many Mario games are there?
2.
The Mario games are, 3 universes, pretty much. Because technically each game that takes place, that's a new one that takes place in a new universe, is a completely different storyline.
Doesn't make sense.
Mario Galaxy isn't the same as the original Mario Brothers.
No, it's coming out soon. Final Fantasy 15.
And you're not going to like it.
Why?
Because it's not like Final Fantasy.
What is it like?
It's more like
Final
Kingdom
Fantasy.
Hearts.
What do you mean it's more like Kingdom Hearts?
Final Fantasy has a battle system that's turn-based, right?
Yes.
This one is more like Kingdom Hearts.
That's what?
Kingdom.
That's like live combat. There
You
are
said
Okay,
Kingdom.
but what's the what is it a futuristic world or is it a fantasy world?
It's a fantasy world.
That's much better than some of the other Final Fantasy games then. You don't know. When you were a baby, I was playing Final Fantasy 9 on my PlayStation.
7 is the best.
Final Fantasy 9 is the best.
7 is the best.
9.
You're wrong. See,
Cloud is so much cooler.
you're so much wronger. You're wrong.
And the
What?
Final
Excuse
Fantasy
me.
7 remake is going to be so much better
Yeah,
than
see,
15.
9 is better.
When I was a baby, you were playing on your PS2.
When you were a baby, I didn't have time for video games.
And he sold the PS2.
Yes. No,
Why?
it was the Xbox.
You sold the PS2? We don't have it anymore.
Oh yeah, I did. I got rid of the PS2. I think I sold it for like $30.
Yeah. And
You
I
didn't
could have
s-
played Wipeout on it.
It wouldn't have worked by now. It would have been broken.
Lame. Wouldn't have worked on our TV anyway. Anyway, well, I would like to know when the PS4 is
Should
going to be
get a
backwards
PlayStation
compatible.
TV.
No,
PlayStation TV is just like...
you're
a
going to
Vita.
make these people think that the 2 people that listen to this on a faithful basis that we actually have money. We have no money. No money. I just bought.
3DS.
I just bought a new water heater for my house.
For
And a new
1,200
3DS for me.
bucks.
Yeah, that was also through from your mom's bonuses at work. So we're not wealthy by any means. So
What are
anyway,
you doing? Are you trying to be like that guy in that one video that was like at school and then going like, whoa?
who is this?
I have no idea. I've just seen one.
Is it a person or a cartoon?
A person. And it's a person. They put their shirt up like that, and then they lay on the ground. They just flop around, and they make vines of it. And everyone who looks at him like so weird.
I worry about our future every day. We watched a video that was hilarious, and Jonas didn't like it. I'm gonna-
John Cena.
I thought you liked John Cena.
I like him, but I did not like what you did.
I didn't do it. Somebody else did it.
And tell him they stink.
No. But hey, wait, hold on. You have a beef with someone famous, right?